This story begins thousands music of years ago, long before the pyramids of Egypt even existed. At that time, there was a land called Kahndaq where people lived under the rule of a king. Those people dreamed of turning Kahndaq into the most powerful nation for generations. But when a king named Akhton took the throne, everything changed. He oppressed his people through his army and became known as the most ruthless ruler of his era. In truth, Akhton was skilled in dark magic, and his goal was to create a crown called Sabak, a crown that would make him impossible to defeat once he possessed it. Music? But to forge this crown, he needed a rare stone known as eternium. This was a special stone with magical energy found only in the land of Kahndaq, so he forced his own people into mining eternium under harsh conditions. Whenever a slave found a piece of the stone, he would rush to hand it over to a guard and receive a reward. But often, other slaves would attack him along the way to steal it. Now we see a slave named Zhou whose stone others were trying to take from him. Then a boy named Haru stepped in, saved him, and safely brought him to a soldier. But when Zhou asked for his reward, the soldier suddenly stabbed him in the stomach and threw him off a hill. Witnessing this brutal act, Haru was shaken and his father quickly pulled him away. Haru always dreamed of freeing his people from slavery, but his father Teeth Adam warned him not to become a hero, as rebels before him had all been buried. Even so, Haru gathered the people and resolved to challenge the cruel king. Without hesitation, he rushed forward and snatched the Eternium stone from a soldier. Then, raising a symbol of freedom with his hands, he sparked hope in the hearts of the people. King Akhton understood that this small spark could grow into a raging fire, so he ordered Haru to be executed before everyone. In his final moments, Haru continued shouting the call for freedom. But just as he was about to be executed, a miracle occurred. The ancient protectors of the earth had chosen him to restore balance. They granted Haru the powers of the old gods, making him incredibly powerful. However, by that time, Akhton had already completed the Sabbath crown. When Haru gained his powers and confronted Akhton in the palace, Akhton unleashed the crown's dark abilities. A massive battle followed, destroying the entire palace. In the end, Haru was victorious, but Akhton hid the Sabbath crown so no one else could claim it. After that day, Haru was never seen again. But according to legend, when the people of Kahndaq are lost, he will return to free them once more. Then we see present-day Kahndaq, where a foreign terrorist group called Intergang had taken control. People were forced to show their documents to guards at the border just to leave the city. One day, a van was about to be inspected. During this moment, a 14-year-old boy named Amon tried to slip past the border on his skateboard, but a guard quickly spotted him. The guard ordered him to stand in line for inspection, but Amon spoke back rudely. Anyway, the guard then told a man named Kareem to drive the van forward and leave. Then, he checked his wrist device where an image of a fugitive named Adriana appeared. Soon, we see that Adriana was hiding inside the van while An walked beside its window. In fact, Amon was Adriana's son and he wanted to join her mission to find the Sabbath crown, but his mother convinced him otherwise and sent him back home. After that, they reached a mountain by following a map. It was believed that the Sabbath crown was hidden there. Then, Adriana looked at a pendant given by her grandmother made from eternium stone. Hearing this, her friend Samir said that selling it would bring a high price in the market. But it was a family heirloom passed down for centuries, which made it very important to Adriana. Then Kareem, who was Adriana's brother and the driver, joked that she inherited the pendant while he got an old coat and baldness. Anyway, after reaching the mountain, the three began searching for the crown. Meanwhile, Kareem stayed in the car to keep watch. As soon as they entered the mountain, Ishmael suddenly vanished and Samir went out to look for him. At the same time, Kareem sat in the car listening to music when he suddenly saw Samir fall from the mountain right in front of him. Kareem rushed to help him, but suddenly many soldiers surrounded him from all sides. At that moment, Ishmael appeared in front of Adriana inside the mountain. This made her very frightened. Adriana asked where Samir was, and Ishmael replied that he had gone out to get some fresh air. Anyway, they soon reached the tomb of Teeth Adam. The Sabbath crown was lying just a few steps away. Adriana jumped between two large rocks and grabbed the crown. But at the same time, the soldiers holding Kareem entered and captured Ishmael. Then Ishmael shouted and told Adriana to run. But the soldiers' leader pointed a gun at Kareem's head. To save her brother, Adriana chose to surrender. She lowered her head at Teeth Adam's tomb and spoke a special chant. Suddenly, a bright light filled the place and a mysterious man appeared before them. He lifted a soldier, shocked him with electricity, and killed him. At the same time, the other soldiers fired bullets at him. Adriana used this chance to escape with Kareem. On the other hand, the soldiers were unable to harm that warrior with their weapons. Then this warrior used his super speed to take down the soldiers. Meanwhile, Adriana was holding the crown. At that moment, a huge rock was about to fall on her head. Right in time, the warrior saved her life. This warrior was called Black Adam, who had been trapped inside this mountain for thousands of years. Now, after so long, as he came out of the mountain, he faced new enemies. They arrived to attack him with helicopters. But Black Adam never expected humans to advance this much. On the other side, Adriana and Kareem got back into the van and quickly drove away. Adriana told him that her mission was complete after getting the crown. Now, a few miles away from them, a fierce battle had already started. Black Adam smashed two helicopters into each other and burned them. Within moments, hundreds of soldier-filled vehicles arrived there. So, Black Adam stood in one spot and destroyed them using his powers. After wiping out everything around him, Black Adam came in front of Adriana's van. But then, the last soldier threw a bomb at him. Even such a powerful explosion could not harm Black Adam. In the end, Black Adam killed that final soldier and left from there slightly injured. Then Kareem felt relieved thinking the warrior had gone. But at that moment, Black Adam fell back to the ground due to his injuries. On the other side, Ishmael was still inside the mountains. Then he received a call from a member of his group. In truth, Ishmael had come as an undercover agent to get the crown through Adriana. But this time, his mission had failed. Now he would have to track Adriana and take the crown from her. Meanwhile, when a man named Hawkman heard about Black Adam's return, he immediately ordered his superhero team to get ready. In this team, there was a girl named Cyclone who could control the wind. The second was a boy named Atom Smasher who could change his body size. Besides them, the strongest member of the team was Dr. Fate. Anyway, all three reached Hawkman's mansion in the USA after his call. Soon they learned they were heading on an international mission. Hawkman wanted them to go to Kahndaq and bring the superhuman Black Adam to him. Their team was called the Justice Society, and soon they left in a high-tech ship. Hawkman said the ship could not be destroyed because its outer layer was made of a special metal. Then after a few hours, when Black Adam opened his eyes, he was in a man's room. He stood up from the bed and healed all his wounds with his powers. Then he realized that he had been imprisoned in the mountains for 5,000 years. In the living room, Adriana was studying that valuable crown. Then she noticed some words written inside it. It read, "Life is the path to death." On the other side, Ayan told Black Adam in his room that while he was gone, other nations had taken control of Kahndaq and enslaved its people. But the people of Kahndaq had built a statue of Black Adam because they believed he would return one day to save them. After hearing this, Black Adam said he was not a hero and suddenly broke the wall and left. Now, Black Adam set out to explore this new world. So, Amen followed him through a secret path in his room so his mother would not find out. On the other hand, the Justice Society ship was about to arrive in Kahndaq. So, Dr. Fate explained the entire plan to the team. He said that to capture Black Adam, they would have to make him say Shazam. By doing this, all of Black Adam's powers would be gone and capturing him would be easy. On the other side, Ayan grabbed a soldier's radio while running and sent a message that the champion of Kahndaq had returned. Then the soldiers chased him, but he escaped on his skateboard. He tried to form a triangle with his hands to signal Black Adam. But within moments, the soldiers caught Ayan and his mother came to help him. Adriana somehow convinced the guards to let Aman go. But soon the soldiers realized that he was also a wanted criminal. So he tried to escape again, and at that moment, Black Adam arrived to save them. Suddenly, a guard attacked him with an iron rod. The Black Adam grabbed him and threw him far into the air. Soon the soldiers opened fire and the champion killed them one by one as he grabbed two enemies and flew into the sky. The Justice Society ship appeared right in front of him. Black Adam dropped the soldiers from the air. So Hawkman jumped from the ship to save them. In mid-air, he activated his suit and safely landed on the ground with both soldiers. But all that bravery meant nothing because Black Adam soon struck them with lightning and killed them. Anyway, moments later, Dr. Fate arrived and asked Black Adam to surrender. But Black Adam said that before dying, he was a slave and now he had returned as a god, and now he would not bow before anyone anyway. Dr. Fate attacked him, and to distract him, he created an illusion of a 5,000-year-old city in his mind. Black Adam was stunned to see his city, and at that moment, Hawkman took the chance and attacked him with force. Now Black Adam became furious and hit Hawkman with a strong electric shock. Then he lifted him into the air and started striking him. Then Dr. Fate stepped in and threw Black Adam back to the ground. Now it was Cyclone and Atom Smasher's turn to attack. Cyclone created a powerful storm in the air and attacked Black Adam with iron rods and tried to trap him. But Black Adam broke free from this attack as well, so Dr. Fate tried once again to capture him. At the same time, Cyclone and Hawkman launched their final attack on Black Adam. This made Black Adam burn with rage and he released all his powers at once, crushing all his enemies together. Black Adam believed he had won, but then Atom Smasher struck him with a heavy punch. But as soon as Black Adam got back up, he knocked Atom Smasher unconscious with a single blow. After this, the people there cheered for Black Adam's victory and he left the place. Now, Dr. Fate told his team that no one should follow Black Adam because he knew that none of them had the power to defeat him. Then, Dr. Fate went to Adriana with his team because he had seen in a vision that Adriana had the Sabbat crown. But Adriana said that she did not have any crown. There we see that during the fight between the Justice Society and Black Adam, Ayan had escaped with the crown in his bag. Now, Adriana decided to go to the palace with the team of heroes where Black Adam once lived. According to the ancient story, 5,000 years ago, Black Adam went to that palace to free his people. But the Justice Society members said that he did not go there for freedom, but for revenge. Then, due to Black Adam's extreme anger, his powers went out of control and the entire palace was destroyed. After that, the magical protectors of the earth declared that he was not worthy of using his powers. So, he was sealed inside a shrine, and after 5,000 years, Adriana unknowingly freed him again. Now, Adriana reached Black Adam with a team of heroes, and Black Adam chose to listen to her. On the other side, when Amon reached home, he saw that Ishmael was still alive. So, he was very shocked. Suddenly, Ishmael pointed a gun at him, and it was revealed that he was a traitor. He had come there to steal the crown. He threatened Amon and Kareem to hand over the bag, but Kareem could not allow such a powerful crown to fall into the hands of a dangerous man like Ishmael, so Kareem attacked Ishmael and told Amon to run away with the crown. In the chaos, Kareem was shot in the stomach, but Amon escaped through the secret passage in his room. During the meeting between Black Adam and the Justice Society, Ammon called Adriana and told her everything that had happened. Ammon said that Energon was chasing him and that he was hiding inside a building. Then Adriana requested Black Adam to save her son. Black Adam immediately went to rescue Ayan, and when he reached there he saw that the terrorists had captured Ayan. Then, Black Adam told them to release him. So the terrorists threw Amon from a height. But at the last moment, Black Adam saved him. Now he moved to kill the remaining enemies. But during this time, Ishmael held Amon at gunpoint and took him away. Ishmael opened the bag and asked where the crown was, but Amon refused to say anything. Then Ishmael took him hostage, and when Black Adam found out, he became furious. Ishmael had locked Amon inside the trunk of a flying motorcycle. From there, Ayan called his mother and told her that Ishmael had captured him. Hearing this, the Justice Society also set out on a mission to rescue Ammon. Black Adam began checking each motorcycle one by one while taking down enemies. Then Hawkman stopped him from killing people like that. But the champion was not someone who followed anyone's orders. Finally, Black Adam checked the last motorcycle and said Amon was not in it either. In reality, Ishmael had sent his men on motorcycles to distract Black Adam while he himself escaped in a truck with Amon. Meanwhile, Dr. Fate reached Adriana's house because he knew that the crown was hidden there. He entered and saw Kareem lying on the ground, wounded by a bullet. Kareem's condition was critical and he felt that his end had come. But then Dr. Fate told him to stay calm. In fact, he could see the future and said Kareem would not die today. He would die from an electric shock. Hearing this, Kareem felt relieved, though now he might have to leave his job as an electrician. Then Kareem's treatment began inside the ship, and Adriana was surprised to see Dr. Fate in her house. Dr. Fate assured her that he and his team would find Amon. In a few moments, Black Adam and Hawkman also arrived there, and they brought 2 inner gang goons with them so Dr. Fate could read their minds. But then Black Adam lifted them and flew thousands of feet into the sky and threatened to drop them while questioning them. Even after getting his answers, Black Adam let them fall. Poor Hawkman somehow saved them before they hit the ground. Even then, Black Adam still did not want to spare them. He moved to finish them in anger, but Hawkman attacked him. In such a fierce fight, the whole house was destroyed. And suddenly, while trying to hit Hawkman, the Sabbat crown came into Black Adam's hands. Finally, after getting the crown, they all decided to work together so that they could save Ammon using the power of this crown. Then they set out on their mission. But then, Dr. Fate saw a glimpse of the future. That Hawkman would die in the coming battle. Now, Dr. Fate said it openly that they might soon have to say goodbye to each other. Then, in a short time, they reached the Al-Hadidia Mountains, and they made a plan through which they could save the lives of all their team members. Then, as soon as the chance appeared, Black Adam launched a deadly attack in which hundreds of soldiers were killed. Then he faced Ishmael, but he could not attack him because Ishmael was inside a protective shield made of Eternium. Soon, the rest of the team also reached there, and when Adriana saw a gun pointed at her son's head, she chose to save his life and handed the crown over to Ishmael. Finally, Ishmael obtained the Sabbath crown and revealed that he was the last descendant of Kahndaq. Now, after gaining the crown, he was ready to become the next ruler of Kahndaq. Then he spoke the mantra written on the Sabbat crown and deactivated his protective shield and fired a bullet at Amon. But at the last moment, Black Adam used his super speed to save him before the bullet hit. During this time, Black Adam became so furious that his powers went out of control again and the entire mountain was destroyed. Fortunately, the Justice Society's shield protected Adriana and Amon from harm. but Naaman needed to be taken for treatment immediately. At the same time, Adam Smasher found the crown on Ishmael's burned body and brought him onto the ship. Here, Hawkman followed Black Adam and saw him standing before the statue of his son, Haru, near the palace. In truth, the magical protectors of the earth had chosen Haru to receive divine powers so that he could free the people. But when Haru kept winning again and again, King Optin captured his parents when they were about to kill Haru's father. Haru saved him by transferring all his powers to him. But he did not know that it would be his final day, because after giving his powers to his father, a long-range arrow struck directly into Haru's heart, which killed him instantly. Seeing this, his father, Teth Adam, was filled with rage. Black Adam knew that his son would not be happy if he kept losing control again and again, so Black Adam decided to give up all his powers. He handed over his responsibility to Hawkman and promised that after losing his powers, he would never say the word Shazam. The reason was that without saying Shazam, Black Adam would never regain his powers. Now, Hawkman took him to an underwater facility and handed him over to a scientist named Amelia Harcourt and her team. Amelia assured Hawkman that after today, Black Adam would not be able to say a word. In fact, she had already kept many dangerous people in prison there. But then we see that inside the ship's morgue, Ishmael's corpse began to move strangely. Meanwhile, Dr. Fate kept seeing the same vision again and again. He could not understand why this was happening, even though his mission had already been completed. Dr. Fate feared that if Hawkman died, the Justice Society would soon fall apart. On the other side, after Ishmael's death, Adriana could not believe how easily she had defeated him. Then she remembered the mantra written on the crown, which meant that life is the path to death. But before dying, Ishmael had recited the reverse mantra. In other words, he said that death is the path to life. Now, Adriana quickly turned the crown upside down. Then she realized that by flipping the crown and speaking the reverse mantra, it would also come true. That is why Ishmael spoke that mantra before his death. In truth, Ishmael had purposely lowered his Eternium shield so Black Adam would kill him. He knew the only way to gain the demonic powers of the 6 kings of hell was to die while wearing the Sabak crown. By provoking Adam into an angry strike, Ishmael completed the ritual of death is the path to life. As soon as Adriana solved this mystery, the crown suddenly vanished, and from the depths of the sea, Sabak awakened. At the same time, Hawkman attacked him with missiles, but Sabak destroyed his ship. Finally, the Justice Society decided to stop Sabak from taking the throne, because if that happened, no one would be able to defeat him. Now, Hawkman wounded Sabak with the help of his team, but when Sabak struck back, he fell unconscious. Then, Dr. Fate realized that his prophecy was about to come true. So he created a protective shield around the palace and stopped his team from entering. Dr. Fate was ready to sacrifice his life to save his dear friend Hawkman. For the first time, he could not see what would happen next. Here, Hawkman could not let his friend go like that, so he tried to break the shield but failed. Dr. Fate left his team outside and went alone to stop Sabach. He hoped that Black Adam would come to help defeat Sabach. During the fight, Dr. Fate sent a signal to Black Adam that only he could defeat Sabach. Now, Dr. Fate used his powers to free Black Adam from his chains. So, the guards there rushed to stop him. But even without his powers, Black Adam defeated them and jumped into the sea. At that moment, Sabak attacked Dr. Fate for the final time and the palace shield shattered. Hawkman realized his friend was taking his last breaths, so he quickly ran to save him. But when he reached Dr. Fate, he was already dead. Finally, Sabak sat on the throne and a massive fire erupted. After that, he became the king of Kahndaq. As soon as this happened, his dark army rose from the netherworld and began attacking the people. Adriana stood ready to face them, but then her brother arrived in a van. Kareem was not afraid of these creatures because Dr. Fate had said he would die by electric shock. On Adriana's request, Anne called on the people to fight the zombies together. On the other side, Black Adam rose from the sea and said, "Shazam!" At that moment his powers returned. Sabach dropped Haru's statue to capture him, and it was about to fall on Ian. At that moment, Black Adam arrived and saved him. After that, he went straight to Sabach and saved Hawkman's life. At the same time, a fierce battle began between Black Adam and Sabach. Within moments, Sabach started overpowering him. So Hawkman stepped in. He attacked Sabach but got injured just as Dr. Fate had foreseen. But the truth was that this was not Hawkman's real body. In fact, Hawkman had created multiple copies of himself using Fate's helmet, and together they attacked Sabach. Here, Black Adam tore Sabach's body into 2 parts with his immense power, and at the same moment, all the zombies from the netherworld vanished. As soon as this happened, the people cheered in victory and celebrated with joy. Despite their differences, Black Adam and Hawkman shook hands in respect. In the end, Dr. Fate's helmet disappeared after completing its purpose. Then, the Justice Society abandoned their mission to capture Black Adam because he had now saved everyone's lives. Finally, the entire team returned to the US and Black Adam sat on the throne of Kahndaq. The people of Kahndaq asked him to rule them as their king, but Black Adam broke the throne in an instant and ended that idea. Black Adam said he did not want to be the king of Kahndaq, but its protector. And now, Kahndaq would remain free forever. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and sub.